Okay, so if you are a parent who is quick to dismiss feedback, especially when it's negative about your children, I think it's time that you begin to have a rethink about it. It's very important. I know it's important that we should defend our children and stand up for them when necessary, but it's also important that we understand that when feedback, especially the negative ones, are given about our children, they are not speaking about our ability to train or parent our children. So when feedback is made, it's not directed at you being a bad parent or you not being able to train your children well. You know, parents are open to conversations about how well trained their children are, how well behaved their children are, how they are doing well with their parenting styles, but they are not open to have conversations about some of the negative things that their children do. So when feedback comes, it's important that we understand that feedback is telling us that our children are human beings. So you should bear in mind that your children could be influenced and your children could be persuaded by their peers to do some of the things that you have told them not to do. So when feedback comes, it is not aimed at disqualifying you as a parent, but it's aimed at reminding you that your children are human beings and they could be influenced. And thank God that you are alive to change the narrative. Thank God you are alive to be to make sure that some of those things that they complained, that the feedback complained about, don't happen again. So the first thing you do when you get feedback from either your children's teacher or your friends, your neighbors, I know there are people who are there to just give negative feedback regardless of whether it's true or not. But first, appreciate the feedback, investigate it, find out if it's true. If it's true, then work on it. Make sure that it does not occur again. Make sure that you supervise and work with the child to make sure that they improve on that aspect of your life. But if you find out that the feedback that you have received about your child is false, then with your full chest, with your full chest, you should go fight for your child. But the first thing you do when you get feedback about your children is to investigate it, make inquiries, ask your children, find out how true the feedback is, work on it. If it's actually true, make sure that these children turn out right. Because if feedback has been appreciated and worked on by parents who receive them, we won't get to where we are. I just watched the story and read the story on the internet about a child who was abused and bullied in school. The issue of children bullying other children, drugging them, doing terrible vices won't continue, because I'm sure that the parents of these children, at a point in time, the teachers reported these children to their parents, but they just swept all the information under the carpet. It is my prayer that these children will be arrows in our hands and not arrows in our hearts.